Welcome to another edition of We Move with Super Eagles, a program made possible by the official communications partners of the Super Eagles, MTN, to take you into the preparations of the team for Africa's biggest football spectacle, which holds in January. My name is Tolu Shodade. To add some spice to the show, I got my regular guest here with me, Biola Kazim, first and foremost. Very bullish the last time.
Yep.
We're expecting more today?
Absolutely. I had a great time, so let's have fun.
Let's have fun. The queen of freebies also is here, all spotting yellow, or is that greenish yellow?
Lemon. Tolu, lemon.
Wow. I hope you guys at home can make out that it's lemon. It looks like
it's
yellow.
Lemon, guys.
Looks like yellow to me.
Looks like yellow.
So it stays yellow.
Stays yellow. All right. So we've got a lot to cover on the show today, including some of the managers that will be attending the African spectacle, as well as looking at some debutants who will be taking their place amongst Africa's elite this time around. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get moving. It is We Move with Super Eagles.
MTN, official communication partners of the Super Eagles and other national football teams, are poised to follow the Super Eagles wherever they go in the special bumper countdown to Africa's greatest football fiesta. The Eagle Eye segment is a fly on the wall in the team camp as we bring exclusive and entertaining behind-the-scenes activities of the teams, while Talking Tough curates informative and captivating one-on-one chats with the players and coaching staff. Head-to-head pit Super Eagles stars against each other as we review their stats and various forms, while Team Focus segment highlights other African teams and how they are prepping for the tournament ahead. Beneath their wings, we move. The human interest hub of the show projects the MTN We Move spirit as we capture motivational grass-to-grace stories of Super Eagles top stars, while star players to watch brings to the fore the key players in all the African teams to keep an eye out for. Blast from the past takes you down memory lane to Super Eagles' glorious moment in the summit of continental football history, while Game On rewards our team in followers and active social media base with exciting rewards from MTN as we move to the epic celebration of African soccer. Of course, the lighter note segment ignites a side attraction of an unequaled blaze of value-added entertainment with heartwarming comedy and music, a unique collabo of soccer and fun. Join us as we move with the Super Eagles to higher heights of continental glory.
All right, welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles, proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national football teams, most especially the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I've got the guys here with me, and something very interesting will happen when the African spectacle takes place from January. For the first time in more than half a century, there will be a significant majority of African coaches in charge of teams at January's African Fiesta in Cameroon. The qualification of Sierra Leone under John Kester means 14 of the 24 teams at the finals will be handled by a local coach. So barring any sudden change of heart by football federations to change personnel, there will be a significant amount of local coaches at the African spectacle. And the key word here is barring, Viola, any significant decisions by the football federations on the continent, which is, we know it's not set in stone. But as of now, if the tournament starts right now, there will be 14 local managers out of the 24. And that's actually really impressive.
Yes, interesting. And, we can also say impressive. Maybe one can say what happened at the last, the final of the last, African Championship, in some way served as an advertisement for the quality of African coaches. The final was between Senegal and Algeria. Both of them were handled by local coaches. Aliou Cisse, for Senegal, and Jamel Belmadi, for Algeria.
I like Jamel Belmadi.
Oh, he did a great job. I mean, he inherited a rabble with Algeria within a year, straightened them out, took him, to go and win, the African title. So yes, what one can say is that for many years, African players have played in Europe, and then gradually they started coming back home, some of them in various capacities. But you can see most of them now really, really trying their hands, as coaches. Both Aliou Cisse, for instance, and Belmadi, storied players who played, had really, really good careers, so to speak. And that is beginning to, in some way, go around in many African countries. Ghana as well. When Akuno was in charge as well, former storied player. Nigeria, we are hearing that a former Super Eagle player might be on the coaching bench. So we are beginning to see the benefits of the exodus that happened in the 80s, early 90s when African players moved to Europe. Now they are all coming of age. They are getting to their late 40s, 50s, beginning to take on big responsibilities. And so you can't knock having African coaches in charge of African teams. It's not something you actively campaign for, but if the trajectory is starting to tend that way and the results are beginning to hold up like we saw at the last, championship, hey, let's have a party.
So if you look at it in that context, also, you have to admit that the exodus, like Biola said, of a lot of African players going to play in Europe, is this, in a way, the result of the fact that we've had so many good players go to Europe and they're almost bringing that expertise back to the continent?
Yes, I mean, not to sound a certain type of way, but we know that the exposure and the knowledge that's gained from international football is way higher than we have here. And so when these players go, look at Yaya Toure, for instance, he's currently at Tottenham Hotspur Academy as a coach. So imagine someone like that coming back with all of that knowledge back into the continent to coach any of the countries. I mean, he obviously would have preference than someone who's been based here all his life. So yeah, it's important. It's interesting to see that these coaches are coming back and doing this, and it's also great to see that, because most times people say that the federation tends to lean towards the foreigners than the indigenous coaches. So it's great to see. It's fantastic to see. So all the very best for the future.
All right. If you look at the indigenous coaches that we will have, lots of impressive names. You talked about Aliou Cisse. There's still Jamal Belmadi, the Algerian coach. It means that we'll have some top African former players who will probably be at the African Championship.
Absolutely. I mean, I expect that. It's already happening. Belmadi and Aliou Cisse already played in the final, a really, really closely contested final. And you look at the last, African tournament. Senegal and Algeria were the best teams. Clearly, they outplayed everybody. They looked really good on the eyes. The other point to make as well is that why it is important to have these African players who have gone to Europe come back is that the present crop of stars who are playing in Europe, these coaches can relate to them on several levels. They can relate to them as locals, but they also understand, in some way, the sensibilities of these players. They've played in Europe as well, where these players are playing in Europe, for instance. So, for instance, if you're a manager who have been, at the center of club versus country, and you have a player who's in the center of a club versus country, you know exactly what to say because you've been there before. And so, having, the marriage of the local knowledge that these coaches will have, but also the European exposure that they have to be able to relate with their players at a certain level, is a combination that I think other African countries are beginning to become awakened to and are trying to, benefit from.
All right. Without much ado, we have talked about those coaches, and we look forward to looking at them when the African Fiesta does kick off on January the 9th. All right, let's go to Eagle Eye next. And did you know who the most hilarious player in the Super Eagles camp is? Sounds like a very weird question.
Oh, not so weird.
Super Eagles players always look so serious.
Well, actually, in camp, off the pitch, they are in hilarious bunch. On social media as well.
Exactly, social media.
Hilarious bunch.
Okay, so let's hold that forth. In the next clip, the Super Eagles players themselves will make a choice of the most hilarious player in the Super Eagles camp. Then compare that to what your initial thought was.
We have different personalities in our team. I think everyone knows Kelechi as a joker. You have Chidozie, you have Etebo, you have Alex. There's always good spirits. Then we have some dancers, we have a singer. We've got a bit of everything, and we manage to entertain ourselves when we're together, and it's always fun and jokes.
For me, every player here, they are nice, and you're free to talk to every one of them. They're very welcoming.
I'd say it's between Kelechi Iheanacho and Kenneth Omeru. They're both very funny guys. They're always making sure that everyone has a smile on their face. But then when it's time to work, they're serious as well. So yeah, one of those two.
If you never walk me, I know they bother. Cause I believe say I go surely prosper.
If I buy this bully, now trekking be my portion. We do. It be like say they happen for there. Almost level. No darling, after all of us now visitor. Oh boy, now me the one place with 7 times a woof. Ah, bros don't get 5 times a woof. And this I don't collect 6 times a woof. This one now, woof everywhere you go.
Whether you be new or old MTN customer, turn up a woof with the boss spray everywhere you go.
Ah, Bobby, make una show.
All right, welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles, proudly brought to you by MTN. Still got the guys here. We're going to team focus next, and we're talking about 2 teams, debutants at this African Fiesta, Comoros and Gambia. Not 2 teams we've ever seen at the African Fiesta. Let's start with Comoros first, and that sounds more like a holiday destination than the country who you want to watch in a football game.
Yes, but they've earned their spot here, and they deserve to be here.
Yeah, they deserve to be here. Let's just quickly look at how they qualified. They qualified ahead of Kenya in a group that also had Egypt. So you look at those results. They went to Togo and won by a goal to nothing. That's not an easy thing.
Extracted a point from Egypt as well.
That's the biggest thing there. 1-1 again away at Kenya. And then on the flip side, they defeated Kenya at home, drew 0-0 with Togo, and of course got beaten by Egypt 4-0. So they finished ahead of Kenya and Togo. And those are 2 teams that have lots of experience playing at the African Fiesta. But what should we really expect from this Comoros team heading to the African Fiesta?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're an unknown bunch. But
Is that an advantage, though?
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I think that the first thing is, what are their expectations? If a team is coming to the African Championship for the first time ever, nobody expects them to come and win. Then you look at the kind of group they are in. They are in a group with Ghana. They are in a group with Morocco. Really, I think that anybody who's from Comoros will have very, very, objective expectations of this team. And if they go in there and put up respectable performances, that would be good enough. I think that for them to get past people like Togo, to get to, the African Championship, to get a point from Egypt, nothing entitles to them to a point, from Egypt. So if the coach, Amir Abdul, could fashion out a side that could go away, for instance, to Togo, get points, play against Egypt, get a point, I think that Ghana, Morocco, and the other teams, in the group have to be really, really careful. But ultimately, I don't think that you can expect too much from them, given that it's their first appearance.
All right, I'll say, the group is definitely tough. They've got Morocco, Ghana, and Gabon.
Yeah.
But like we said at the start, I'm sure Togo and Kenya felt Comoros. And they ended up not qualifying for the African Fiesta. Is there a danger that the fact that we don't really know a lot about them, that could be a strength, sort of?
Well, I mean, I was doing my research
You never
earlier.
really know how you're going to play against them.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I was doing my research earlier. I found that their star player, Najim Abdu, 33 appearances and no goal. And he is their star player. Not that that's anything to go by, but I think their luck has phased out after the qualifiers. I think going into the tournament, everybody's going to bring on their A game. I don't think they can get past the Morocco, Ghana, maybe Gabon.
There's a certain Madagascar, the last
I know,
African
but
Fiesta.
it's 50-50.
They
Honestly,
also
you
got
really
through the
never
qualifiers, and everyone
know.
thought, Madagascar, you go holidays in Madagascar. And they beat the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the
Yes,
African Fiesta.
you never know, honestly. You never know with these teams, but I don't see them going all the way. Honestly, let's be realistic. I don't see them going all the way.
The pressure cooker
They're probably
nature.
just going there to catch crews.
Yeah, the pressure cooker nature of tournaments, sometimes get to teams like this. Qualification, some games you play at home. It's familiar. You're on your home ground, so to speak. But when you go for, tournaments, you are in a strange land. Exactly, you're in a strange land. The other guys who are coming have championship aspirations. I mean, your mistakes are going to be brutally punished. I just think that they will go in there with very modest expectations. I think it's right that if any team qualifies, for the African Fiesta, you've got to respect them. But ultimately, the mentality of players will tell, the experience of players will tell, the I would say know-how.
So the bottom line of all these things you have said is that what now?
Is that they are not going to get past.
Thank you.
All right, so Gambia sound a lot better than Comoros, but still, they'll also be making
certainly
their
a better holiday destination.
But they also are making the first appearance at the African Fiesta. If you went by names, you probably think Gambia a lot better than Comoros playing football. But let's just look at how they qualified. Yeah. They went to Angola and won by 3-1. Not easy. Drew 2-2 at home against a very accomplished DR Congo team. Then lost to Gabon, as expected. Then they beat Gabon in the reverse fixture, beat Angola, and then lost to the DR Congo in the last game. The way the table panned out in their group, just look at that. They qualified for the African showpiece ahead of a star-studded Democratic Republic of Congo. This was harder.
Absolutely. I mean, they won 3 games, in such a such a tough group. I mean, Angola, not necessarily one of the stellar names in African football, but, they've done some bad things to some of the biggest teams in Africa.
Including
Not
Nigeria.
least Nigeria, stopped those ones from going to the World Cup. And so it speaks to the mentality, so to speak, and maybe some level of quality, that the Gambian team, would, possess. Like you said, the DR Congo side, they are one of those teams that they had to measure. Exactly. They had to measure. They had to get a sense of. They are the kind of side that can lose to Gambia, but also beat Egypt and maybe Nigeria. And so for Gambia to, the thing about qualification is that you've got to bring your work together. You have to put it together. If you win a home game, you have to try and get something on the road. If you lose on the road, you have to get something in the next game. And so if there's some level of, I would say, organization that can get them past teams like Angola, get them past teams like DR Congo, get them to finish ahead of Gabon. I think that the teams who are in their group, I think Mali is in their group.
They are in a group alongside Tunisia, Mali, and Mauritania. So that's that.
I mean,
Mali is a good side. What do you mean by
No, I mean, that's that for them. For Gambia.
Okay, that's okay.
like-
Okay, I thought you meant like that's that.
Well, I mean, it's a tough group, but I think that they've served sufficient notice to Tunisia, Mali to some extent, Mauritania, that they come with a bit of a punch.
All right, we've taken Gambia and Comoros.
Yep.
Where are they? Where do we think they're going to get to at the African tournament?
I think for Gambia, I think they'll make it to the knockout stage.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
they'll
they
get
will.
past? You think they'll
I
get
think
past
they'll
one
make
of?
it. See, magic. Film will happen. Film will happen. Like you say, I said so.
Well, some
Comoros
top-place
is group
sides
stage.
actually
Will be
will make
making
it to the
it
second round, and so maybe, like you said, you're actually correct.
Don't-
Gambia
don't
might be able
say
to,
that.
but I think that the guys
Comoros,
from Comoros are
group
going
stage,
back
group
home.
stage.
I think they're going back home.
Screws.
I think they're going back home.
Oh, I really like
But
Comoros.
I think Gambia will
like
finish
the
ahead of
team.
You just
Mauritania.
want to go for on vacation.
Exactly.
That's what you want.
All right, so we'll take a break on the show right now. When we come back, it will be time for what?
Freebies!
I like that. That was really good. That was really good. So we'll take a break on We Move with Super Eagles. When we come back, it'll be time to give to you, the guys watching from home. We'll catch you after this.
Feel the thrills, and the grills of African football as we move with the Super Eagles of Nigeria to the summit of African football come January 2022 in Cameroon, the land of the indomitable Lions. Catch all the excitement on and off the field of play as MTN, official communication partner of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, counts down to the African World Cup.
With a unique twice-weekly offering on DSTV SuperSports 9, Thursdays 9:30 p.m., Saturdays 8 p.m. and on NTA, Mondays 6 p.m., Saturdays 8:30 p.m.
As we move with the Super Eagles. For more details, follow us on @MTNNG, @MTN Nigeria, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Welcome, MTN, everywhere you go.
What's the difference between regular data and MTN data? I'll show you. With regular data, you get this. But with MTN data, you get moved right into the action like this. And this. And this. And this. With MTN data, you don't just get more, you experience more. Need loads of data to live your dream? Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
The studio is just right, and as you can see, our fans are super excited as we move over to the Game On segment. This, of course, is that part of the show where these guys get to win freebies, courtesy MTN. So are you guys ready? Yeah! All right, come on, you. How ready are you? How ready are you? How ready are you? 110. I'll ask you my next question and you must get it. So today's questions, of course, quite simple. I mean, as long as you follow the African tournament, you should get these ones. So, shall we go? Okay, so first question. Dun dun. In 2017, who denied the Super Eagles from qualifying into Africa's biggest tournament that held in Gabon?
Egypt.
Come on, give him a round of applause. Interesting people in the audience today, very intelligent. Even Tolu wouldn't have gotten that, so. Next question. Which of these players never won the African Footballer of the Year? Kanu Nwankwo, Samuel Eto'o, JJ Okocha, El Hadji Diouf, and Salif Keita. All right, let's have it.
Austin JJ Okocha.
He even give us the full name. Clap for him! Okay, so congratulations to our winners. Make your way to the front to receive your freebies. So this is for you and this is for you. What do you have to say to MTN?
Okay, I want to say a very big thank you to MTN. Thank you for this gift. I really appreciate it.
And you?
Thanks to Super Eagles. Thanks to MTN.
Even thanks Super. I like this guy. Make your way to your seat. I like you. I like you. All right, so there you have it, folks. And it's a wrap on the Game On segment on We Move with Super Eagles. I've had a fantastic time in the studio. Tolu,
Yeah, right.
how has it been for you today?
We have to have a particular edition where we're the only ones who are eligible to take part.
Well,
Don't
if she was nice with the prizes, maybe.
I am nice.
But we feel left out, man.
All the time.
You don't even ask us any question.
Don't worry,
The people who know should know.
Exactly.
All right, so that's the much we can take on the show. We move with Super Eagles for this edition. Remember, it was proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national teams, most especially the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There's one thing we learned today, Biola.
Yep.
It's the fact that neither Comoros or Gambia will be lifting the trophy at the end of the African Fiesta.
Definitely wouldn't be happening. But we also learned something, that Tolu will be going to Comoros on holiday.
All right, thank you very much, Biola, for being a good sport. It's been a wrap on the show. We'll catch you guys next time. Remember, the show remains We Move with Super Eagles. We'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Super Eagles, we move. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright. We're not underdogs. We're Super Eagles. We're soaring so high. Against the Lords, we never say never. Fight until we win. And we raise our flags, wave it in the air. Our colors on our backs, we move. Yeah, it's in our DNA. We've got something to prove. It's time to let the whole world know. This Niger, yeah, champions like wow. Yeah, this Nigeria, champions like wow. Yeah, this Niger, yeah, champions like wow. This Nigeria. Champions like wow, yeah. Listen to this one. Hey, who them be, where them they don't know it. Tell them, make them don't forget your baskets, cause you're giant of Africa. You know that's who we are. Take a bow when you hear our names. Super Eagles, don't show you, giant of Africa. You know that's who we are. Take a bow when you hear our name. Attention, don't stop one, no. Super Eagles, we move. Super Eagles, we move.